Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the call. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to go ahead and join us this morning um, to learn more about Atomy. Today's agenda is going to be um, a little bit different because me and CJ has discussed that we are going to each day of the week. Monday is going to be considered like a open forum, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we do have Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we do have a agenda that we want to continue going over. So guys, like I said, you guys are not able to unmute at this time. If you guys do have a question or you guys want to say anything, please use the reaction button at the bottom at your control panel to be able to raise your hand, and we will unmute you for you to add your comments, or you can also put your comments in the chat, and we could always read the comments also in the chat. All right, so without further ado, I'm just going to play a short video on our noni juice. So as I get the questions in the chat, I will respond later in the call. If anybody has any questions later, we can allow you guys to unmute to ask your questions. All right, so without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and move on with the rest of our agenda for today. All right. So we're going to move on to this one. This one plays good. Oh, God. I shouldn't stop sharing. Yeah, guys, sorry about that. I'm actually having some audio issues with my Zoom. I would have to contact the administrator to find out why. When I stop sharing and I start sharing again, it let me see if I stop sharing and reshare again. Let me see if it.
Today I'm going to show you 18 top tips every Zoom host and moderator must know and review prior to their event. It's almost like a checklist for before, during, and after the event for you to make sure.
Noni, also known as Morinda citrifolia, is a tropical fruit that has been used for its potential health benefits for centuries. Some of the potential benefits of taking noni include 1. Antioxidant properties. Noni is rich in antioxidants, which can help protect the body from oxidative stress and damage caused by free radicals. 2. Anti-inflammatory effects. Noni has been shown to have anti-inflammatory properties, which may help reduce inflammation in the body and alleviate symptoms of conditions like arthritis. 3. Immune system support. Noni contains compounds that may help boost the immune system and support overall immune health. 4. Digestive health. Noni has been traditionally used to support digestive health and may help improve digestion and alleviate symptoms of digestive disorders. 5. Skin health. Noni has been used topically to promote skin health and may help improve the appearance of the skin and promote wound healing.
Why do we say noni is God's given fruit? The term, God's given fruit, is often used to describe noni because of its long history of traditional use in various cultures for its potential health benefits. Noni has been used for centuries in Polynesian and Southeast Asian traditional medicine as a remedy for various ailments. Some people believe that the unique combination of nutrients and phytochemicals found in noni make it a special and valuable fruit that can help promote overall health and well-being. Additionally, the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties of noni may contribute to its reputation as a beneficial fruit.
And I will also introduce the translator here. Hello everyone, I'm Sales Master Jessica Park. And I'm going to start with a question, and you have to choose one of the two. And so, number 1, you are living a long time, but you have cancer. And the option 2 is that you can't live a long time, but you don't have cancer. You're healthy. Raise your hand if you like number 1. Really? Is it okay if you're sick? And so about 3 people here said even if they have cancer, they want to live a long time. Is the translation wrong? And again, number 1 is better. This is normal. And then the other option, you don't live a long time, but you want to be healthy. What do you think I am? And what I want is to live a long time healthy. And is it easy to live a long time and healthy? And today there's a doctor here. And there's Dr. So can you stand up for a moment? And actually, even a doctor, he cannot live a long time healthy either. It's hard to live a healthy and long life, right? And he nods his head. And so I'm going to teach you how to live a long and healthy life, so listen carefully, everyone. And I'm not a scammer, I'm actually a real doctor. Everyone, who is this? And so this is my image or my picture from 1998. And this is when I was giving a lecture at Cornell University. Please see my head. How does my head look? There's not a lot of hair, right? And then I'm going to show you my head right now here. And so you can live a long and healthy life, right? And so I'm going to go quickly, listen carefully. And so when you look on the screen, there's a certain image. And so actually when you look in the image, there are 2 green circles. And so these are 2 things you have to memorize today. Question. And so all living things, including humans, what are they made of? Who knows? Stand up, please. Please come out. So all living things are made of cells. And so everyone, think about a small baby inside of the womb of a mother. And that baby grew to become like you today. How did they grow? They ate food. And so when you eat the breast milk of a mother and food, 1 cell divides to 2. And so we call this cell separation. And so cell division, 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4. And so starting from the point you were born to the day you die, your cells continue to divide. And when the cells are dividing, do you think it's always perfectly divided? No. Also abnormal cell division. And actually due to outside factors like radiation or actually chemicals or even stress, the cell does not divide normally. And so when the abnormal cells continue to divide, what does it turn into? It turns into cancer. And so many things will turn into cancer, right? But then God didn't leave it like that. And so there is a protein called P53 that we cannot see. Everyone say it together, P53. And I'm going to ask you later. And so the work that the P53 does, it distinguishes the normal from abnormal cells. And so when there's an abnormal cell that's discovered, the P53 protein will kill it. Then there are also abnormal cells that are stronger than the P53. And so those are killed by, in the bottom, caspase. It's a little difficult, but say it, caspase. And so caspase will kill all of the abnormal cells. And that is why we're able to prevent cancer. But then here, there are 3 things. So if you have these 3 things, then you can live a long and healthy life. What is the first thing? And so actually the more the P53 works, the older people get. And so the P53 has to work actively for the cancer cells to disappear, but when it works, you also age. And so if you try to prevent getting older, then you get cancer. One more thing. And so actually also the P53 has to be able to tell what the abnormal cell is. If it doesn't do that and attacks the normal cell, then that's also a problem. And so the first problem is that the P53 has to actively work, but you cannot get older. And the second problem is that P53 has to distinguish properly. And then the third thing is, what is the protein that kills all the abnormal cells? Caspase. And when the caspase kills all of them, then what does the dead cells do? And so when the cells die, you also need to regenerate cells quickly. And so do you remember the 3 things, everyone? So let's resolve those 3 problems. Who likes lobster? And so today, after talking about this, you're going to eat a lot of lobster. And so unless something external kills a lobster will never die. And so that's why they say lobsters are immortal. And I'm going to explain why. And so just because you eat a lot of lobster does not mean you can live a long time. And we have a doctor here. And so is there anyone who has a child who does not look like the mom or father? And so let's say, does anybody have a child that does not look like the mother or father? And so the daughters and sons, they will look exactly like their mothers and fathers, because the daughters and sons receive the DNA from the parents' chromosomes. So the DNA is inside of the chromosome. So when you have children, the DNA is passed on to the children. And so at the very ends of the chromosomes, the parts that are highlighted in green, and we call that part the telomere. Who has heard of telomeres before? And so earlier I said that the cells continue to divide, right? And when the cells divide, the telomere becomes shorter and shorter. And every time the P53 is active, the telomere becomes shorter. And what happens when the telomere disappears? And that's when you start aging. And the reason why some people get older later or older faster is because of the length of the telomere. And so people started to research how can they maintain the length of the telomere. And then they researched lobsters. And so for the lobsters, whether they're young or very old, they all have telomeres. And the fact that they have the telomere means that they're not aging. And so when they research into it, there is a special substance in the lobsters. And actually there's a special enzyme that continues to be in the lobster. So people in the back over there. And so if we take the enzyme inside of the lobster and insert it into a human, then will our telomeres become longer? Then people won't age. Is that right or wrong, everyone? Raise your hand if you think it's right. Actually, it's still hard to do that. Because we're humans, we're not lobsters. But then there's a lot of research based on this. And so I don't know when, but very soon people may be able to prevent aging. And so one of the questions of the three, the P53 causes aging, and we could solve that problem through this, right? And there's two other problems we need to solve. First, and it's that the P53 judges accurately. And second is that the caspase, the things that the caspase killed, we need to regenerate those cells quickly. If we're able to fulfill those two things, then we could be old and still be healthy, right? And so the doctor says it's correct. And so you judge whether the two remaining questions can be answered with noni. Is there anyone who doesn't know noni? You don't know noni? And noni is all over the world in all countries. And how do I know? I looked at all the books related to noni in the world. And so when you look at the screen, these are all the books about noni. And so around the world, there are these many books, but you don't know noni. And so modern medicine is made by researching how animals treat themselves naturally. And so, carnivores, they eat plants because of the parasites inside of them, and they throw it all up. And so when tigers want to drink alcohol, they actually eat the rotten fruit to get that alcohol. And until now, based on research, gorillas eat 58 different plants. And so I'm going to ask the mother who has 4 children, name the 58 plants. It's a gorilla is a little better. And so gorillas, in order to take care of their own health, they will eat 58 different types of plants. And even the birds of the air and insects, they will actually eat plants to treat themselves. And so actually the way that the animals treat themselves is called self-medication. And so the study of how the animals treat themselves or self-medicate is called zoopharmacognosy. And so I received my doctorate in creating new medicine. And so I studied zoopharmacognosy. And so near Australia and New Zealand, there is an island called Polynesia. And so in China, Indonesia, and Egypt, the way to treat yourself naturally is very developed. But in Polynesia, there are also people that start to treat themselves naturally for thousands of years. And so there's a famous explorer named James Cook, and James Cook discovered the island of Polynesia. And he looked carefully at how the Polynesian people treated, self-medicated themselves. And so whether their eyes hurt or head hurt or nose, mouth, whatever it was from head to toe, they would use one plant to treat themselves. And you can tell what it is, right? What do you think they used? Noni. And so this person uses it himself. And it was so effective. And so he takes it to Europe. And then many people in Europe used it, and it was so great. And then the women liked it even more. Why? And so when their husbands caused them trouble, when they ate noni, they felt better. So noni has a lot of this substance called serotonin, so it makes you feel happier. And so everybody becomes serotonin becomes melatonin, and then you become happy. And so in Europe, they didn't call noni noni. They call it happy fruit. And remember this person well, there is a doctor named Hynek. And so when you go out and talk to people, if you talk about Dr. Hynek, then it seems like you're very educated. And Dr. Hynek was a very smart person. And what he studied was whether it was humans or animals or plants or microorganisms, he studied why they were healthy. And already the focus is kind of disappearing. Everyone in the back, wave your hands. And so I'm trying to teach you how to live a long and healthy life. You can't start yawning already. And if you're sleepy, then stand up. And so I taught a lot of students and lectured to college students, and if they're sleepy, then I tell them to stand up. This is very important, everyone. And so there was one similar characteristic of all healthy cells. And so for the cell to be healthy, there's one thing that all cells need. And then for that substance, Heineken actually named what it was. And so he named it zeronin. It's a little hard, but zeronin. And so if the cell has zeronin, then it's healthy. If it doesn't have it, then it's not healthy. And so he searched inside the human body where the zeronin was. And so there is no place in the body that actually stores the zeronin. And then he actually found out that there's actually a special substance inside the liver that changes things to zeronin. So people only have that substance, and then later becomes zeronin, and it spreads to the cells in your body. And so what becomes zeronin before zeronin is, he called it prozeronin. So there are two things you have to be aware of in order to get the prize. And so inside the liver is prozeronin, and when your cells are not healthy, your liver will send prozeronin to the cell. And so once that cell receives that prozeronin, it becomes healthy again. But there's a problem, everyone. And so the zeronin that is stored inside of the liver, as you get older, it depletes. And so, when you get older, it's already sad in itself, but also the prozeronin in your liver disappears. And so you need a lot of prozeronin in your liver in order to send it to your cells that are unhealthy, but when you get old, you have none. And so people may receive the same scar, but there are some people who heal quickly and others who cannot heal quickly. And so those who heal quickly have a lot of prozeronin, and if they don't heal quickly, then they don't have a lot of prozeronin. And so Hynek, he looked for a plant that has a lot of prozeronin. And so the first thing he discovered was pineapple. And so not the part that you eat of the pineapple, but the stem that you cannot eat. But then even if you just take pineapple, it also produces a lot of prozeronin for you. And so he looked for another thing. He found a plant that has 40 times more prozeronin than pineapples. And so if you eat that consistently, then you have more than abundant prozeronin in your body. And what is that plant? noni. And so John Wadsworth and Stephen Story, they were young and they found this out. And who has tried noni before? Okay, noni, just regular noni. And regular noni, you cannot eat it. And I started eating noni from 1998. And so I ate it because I was sick. If I was healthy, I would never have eaten it. And so it smells bad and it tastes bad. And so these two men, they think of something. And so they had to make it delicious. And so they created a company called Morinda. Who has heard of Morinda? There's a lot of people. Do you know how much profit that Morinda made last year? It's 1 trillion. But then more than the Morinda noni, our Atomy noni is much more delicious. And so Atomy America, how much profit do you have to make? Trillion. And so after these people made noni into delicious juice, it went all over the world. And so there's a very, very famous doctor from the medical center in Johns Hopkins. His name is Neil Solomon. And do you know Neil Solomon by any chance? Yeah, he knows. And Neil Solomon was the president's physician. And he is someone with really great pride. The patients kept on coming to him and asking, doctor, can I eat noni? And so he decided to check whether noni is really good for you or not. And so what is the name of the doctor in the back? Neil Solomon. And so what he did was he gathered 50 doctors, and then he gathered 10,000 patients. And then for 3 years, he gives them noni. And so the diseases of 70% of diseases in patients, they improved. And so all diseases that you know. And it even treated those diseases related to mental illness. And then the conclusion was, and so it says 78% of patients got better, but what about the 22%? No. And so for the 22% that didn't get better, it was because they didn't drink enough noni. And so Neil Solomon's conclusion was, if you drink enough noni, then it could treat all diseases. And so this is actually going to answer 2 of the questions that I talked about earlier. And so I just wrote a few of them here. Cancer, how many percent? 67. Heart, what percent? Diabetes. Muscle strength, weight loss, hypertension, arthritis. Arthritis was 80%. And depression, allergy, digestion, kidney, stress. And if you're a man, please raise your hand. And so if your kidney becomes bad, then where do you think it's bad for? And so if a man's kidney becomes bad, then the man's energy drops, right? And so if there is a problem with your kidney, then men really have to be careful. And so you cannot actually make your wives sad. And so when wives, they get stressed, what do they eat? Noni. And so we're going to look at the study of Hynek again. And so Hynek, as he read the research of Neil Solomon, he discovered something new. So how is it that noni is effective in treating all diseases? And the answer was prozeronin. And so when the prozeronin turns into zeronin and it goes into the cells, all cells become healthy. And so when you have prozeronin, whenever a cell gives that cell signal, it sends prozeronin to that cell. And so noni itself doesn't treat. And so my cells become healthy and it treats that disease. And so all the cells that I have is treating my own disease. And so Hynek and Solomon, they meet and they come up with a theory. And it says that all the cells are connected together through nerves. And so when you poke your pinky with a needle, then your brain knows that there's pain, right? And so if you poke your toe, you know, because it's far away, does your brain not know the pain? Everyone, it knows, right? And so all the cells in your body are connected. And so if there's a part that hurts in your body, then all the cells in your body know this. And so if you have a lot of prozeronin in your body, then it'll send it to the part that hurts. And then that cell that is hurting, it becomes healthy. And it fights with the disease and it wins. And so what's the plant that has the most prozeronin? Noni. And so they actually put prozeronin into a damaged cell. Then it became healthy. And so when you eat noni, the prozeronin goes into your large intestine and becomes zeronin. And actually, when it goes into your stomach, it meets with an enzyme that
All right, guys, I want to stop the video there. And you guys can pick it up on YouTube. I will share the link to the WhatsApp and Telegram groups in a bit. But I'm changing my agenda for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Ms. Novelet Bryan. She wants to cover a article on how to invite folks. So if Ms. Novelet, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself. And
I'm here.
welcome to the call. Yes. Welcome to the call. You have the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. And we're in a new era, so let's see what the Lord has in store for all of us. Guys, we know we have the event in Fort Lauderdale coming up next month. And for those of us that plan on attending, that's looking to grow their business and is already trying to figure out how to invite people, how to get people to the event, I decided this morning, because I was on my 9 a.m. Water call, and we're going through the Eric Worre book, GoPro. I don't know how many people have read that book. If you're a network marketer and you're serious about this industry, this is a book that is highly recommended. Every single network marketer should read this book. It's Eric Worre, Worre, and it's GoPro, 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. Now, this gentleman, you know, a lot of the books we read just tell you, you need to do this and you need to do that to get to this level. He's not just telling you, he's telling you step by step how to do this, how to do that. Back in the days, this was a big thing. Everybody was talking about it. And we're going over this book again. We started this month of January. So I figure we're on chapter 5, and it's inviting prospects to understand your products or opportunity. So that's why I wanted to cover it. I won't be able to cover everything today, so it might take me a little bit to cover it, because he goes through step 1, step 2, and he's showing you the direct approach, the indirect approach, and so forth. But before I go there, let me just backtrack a little bit. On that video that Nick just played, I'm not going to ask anyone to raise their hands, but I'm just curious as to how many people come on the call with pen and paper and actually take notes. Because what they covered in this Noni video, if you are looking to really be a network marketing pro, as this book says, and build your business, that is one of your products. And they're talking about your cells. And as you guys have heard me say, for those of you who are not new, restoration happens in the cells. And she kept stressing on Noni go into the cells, getting into your cells, doing the regeneration, helping your cells to regenerate. So I hope you guys were truly paying attention, because we live in a society where America is the sickest nation in the world. You know, it's sad we're supposed to be the top nation, but when they do the rating of the countries when it comes to health, all these countries that are considered third world countries are way above America. America is way at the very bottom. We use more prescription drugs than any other nation in the world. We use more antidepressant drugs than any other nation in the world. We are the sickest. So guys, you're on here. We have Hemoheme and we have Noni. These 2 products gets in the body and it does cellular repair. If you repair the cells, it goes in and helps your cells to do the job. So let me correct that. It's getting in the body and it's giving your body what it needs to do what God created it to do, which is the cellular regeneration. If you're walking around with sick, dead cells, there's no way for you to recover. That's why you see people keep going downhill and downhill and downhill, and there is no restoration happening to the body, because what they're putting in is not enabling the body to repair itself. And Hemoheme does that, Noni does that. So now you have learned of another product that you can also share that does this. And if the individual can afford both, give them both, because that's a double whammy there with whether it's their cancer or their fibromyalgia or lupus or whatever. Bodies are made to heal themselves. There is no disease out there that cannot be restored. The body is made to heal. You get a cut, the body goes right ahead and know what to do immediately. Even if you break a bone, it heals if it's taken care of. This body is made to repair itself if we give it what it needs, and we have the products here. So guys, please don't just come on the call and listen and don't take notes. And then later on, you come across someone with issue, and then that same person that's been on the call for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks is going to come and ask, Can Hemoheme help this person? Can Noni help this person? The purpose of us doing this call is so that you guys will get the information, go out there and become a network marketing professional because you know your business. If you were a doctor, you would go to school for 10 years or wherever, a nurse, all of that. This here is your school, your schooling to learn your products. So take notes, have a binder, write the information down so you have it and you become a professional in your field. So, and Nick just posted a video. I saw the link just now, so get it. It'll be posted on WhatsApp, it'll be posted on YouTube, and learn. That's how we got the information, from learning. So anyway, so now I'm gonna go into how to invite prospects to understand your products or opportunity. And this is very detailed. Let me see what time it is, 10:29. I'm gonna read some of it and then I'll stop and I'll continue, and hopefully you guys would have learned, get some valid information out here so you can then go out there and really practice it to becoming better at inviting, because how you invite dictates people showing up or not. And that's something I had to learn, because I used to invite people and no one would ever show up. But I can tell you, after learning this from Eric Worre, how to invite people, I get people to my events now when I invite. So, you know, just learn. It's all about learning and how to do things the correct way. So I'll go into, this is skill number 2 in the whole network marketing professional, is inviting. It says, once you have identified your prospect, the next skill is learning how to properly invite them to find out more about your products or opportunity. This is by far the most critical skill to develop. I call it the gateway skill for network marketing. If you aren't successful in getting anybody to take a look, then we can guess what your future will be in network marketing, in multi-level marketing. Most people think you must start off with a great reputation and have lots of influence with others for them to take a look at your opportunity. That's just not true. When I first started in 1988, I had no reputation, no influence. I barely escaped high school, attended 1 semester of community college before dropping out, and had a total of 18 jobs, all before the age of 23. Do you think I had a lot of respect in the community? I had 0. And since I was a $5 to $10 an hour person, all my friends were the same, so they weren't much help. Most of them were still living with their parents, but I was desperate and I was scraping. In the beginning, I made up in numbers what I lack in skill. I called everyone I knew and gave them my pitch. A few of them joined, most didn't. I placed ads in local newspaper. I gave all of the people who responded my pitch. From all of that activity, a few joined, most didn't. I tried everything. How many of us have gone down that road? It was like a hunter with the goal of bagging an elephant. I went around with a gun, opportunity in my hand, and shot at everything that moved. I didn't really care about relationship. Guys, you hear that? He didn't care about relationship. All I cared about was getting that new recruit. My attitude was, some will, some won't. So what next? But because I was a hunter, everyone around me felt hunted. We don't want to be that person. And they started to avoid me, and it wasn't fun. Even worse, the people I did get to join my business tried to do the same thing I was doing, failed, and then quit. This is one of the biggest problems we have in this network marketing arena. After 3 to 4 years of frustration, I came to my defining moment and started studying successful people in the MLM to see what they did. What I found surprised me. They weren't hunters, they were more like farmers. They built relationship, they built friendship. They learned how to build trust with people that they met and were able to skillfully transfer the belief that they had about their products and opportunity. Their goal wasn't to immediately recruit their prospect. Their initial objective was to educate their prospect on what they had to offer them, and then let those prospects decide if it was something they wanted to do. This was a huge switch in strategy for me, and I began to look at things differently. I put myself in the prospect's shoes and thought about what would be attractive to me and an alternative, what would cause me to put up my defense. I realized why the pros had such great results. Instead of acting like sharks, they were more like coaches or consultants. They built relationship and then offered common sense solution to people's problem. Who wouldn't like that? So guys, this is where we have to change our strategy, because years back when I started, everything I read there was what I did because that's what they tell you to do. And people would avoid you, they wouldn't return the phone calls, but he's showing us how to do it right here. So the other thing I noticed with the professional is they didn't pitch their product or opportunity. Instead, when the timing was appropriate, they just invited people to do one of the two things based upon the individual's prospect solution. First thing they did was to invite people to attend some sort of event, such as a one-on-one or two-on-one meeting with another member of the team, a three-way phone conversation, a small group presentation in their own, an online webinar, a local hotel meeting, or some large company events or convention. Professionals understand that personal interaction is a critical component when it comes to building trust. And if we notice when, oh my gosh, what was the name? That's what Mr. Eugene now doing the other call. He always talked about they were always doing a two-way call, him and Mr. Eugene with a prospect.
It does.
So, yes. So remember, guys, professionals understand that personal interaction is a critical component when it comes to building trust and transferring beliefs. So they try to connect with people as much as possible. So the second thing they did was to invite people to review some sort of tool. I'm a big believer in using tools to help educate a prospect. Tools take many forms. There are CDs, DVDs, magazines, brochure, website, online presentation. With some companies, you can even let people sample the products and treat that as a tool. So all these videos, that's on YouTube. And guys, there's tons of videos on YouTube about over all the different Atomy products. These are tools you can share. There is one question that technology continues to, as technology continues to evolve, offer more and more conventional way to help educate prospects. But I have to interject a personal opinion based on experience. While technology allows us to get people's quality information quicker, there is nothing like a physical tool. DVD, the videos. In a world of bits and bytes, in a network marketing world where there is importance on building trust, a physical tool makes it real. So guys, we have the physical tools, which are the products. Get the products in people's hands. So let me just finish here. Of the two methods used to help educate the prospect, events are the most effective. So again, events are the most effective. We have the event coming up next month. There are lots of reasons. There is physical interaction from meeting with people, and that helps build trust. There is important elements of social proof. It's valuable for the prospect to see that there are other people actively involved and find out what those people are like. There is education on the product and financial opportunity. They get to see firsthand the kind of support that's involved, and they realize they won't have to do everything by themselves. This is where the Zoom comes in. In most cases, their excitement and urgency at these events, and they get to hear stories of how things are going for other people. These are some of the benefits. The only downside to events is that they can be difficult to schedule and confirm, especially for a brand new person. If you don't have the skill, it's fairly common to invite 20 people and have only 1 or 2 to show up. That can be discouraging. So let me just finish this page and we stop here for today. We're building a large and duplicatable organization, and that's what we want to be able to do, to duplicate. I have found that a tool is better. First, I have found that a tool is a better first step. Remember, our goal is to educate and understand. Is education and understanding. We want people to know what we have and understand how it can benefit their lives. And at the end of the day, that's all people want to know about our product. How is it going to benefit them? That is why you need to know the benefits of your products. A tool is a great way for people to become educated and hopefully excited. In the middle of their busy lives, they might not have time to drive across town to meet with you, but they could listen to a DVD in the car, watch a CD in the car, watch a short DVD, read a magazine, or watch an online presentation. If you were to look back at my career, you'd see the tools change everything for me. In 1990, my company came out with a video that was dynamic and exciting. Even though it was wildly expensive, back then it was worth it, because when you learn how to invite people to watch the videos, the results are dynamic. Everyone in the company became focused on a daily method of operation that centered around inviting people to watch our video. We allowed no distraction. Our entire culture revolved around this strategy, and our growth went through the roof. Events were still very important, but they were a second step after a person watched the video. So I'm going to stop there. So if you guys realize the last thing I said, everyone in the company became focused on a daily method of operation that centered around inviting people to watch the video. They allowed no distraction, and the entire culture revolved around that strategy. So this is what I want us to say. This is a new year, and to build your business, focus, determination, and have a daily method of operation. And you heard what he said here, inviting people to watch the videos. When I shared that Hemoheme video back then, and why do I keep forgetting his name, Nick?
Desiree.
And he said Des said he sent the video out, and he got 3 prospects at that time from sending that video out the first day. And I know he got a lot more prospects after that. That's the purpose of the videos, guys. I share that Hemoheme video all the time, and people are always either saying they want it, how do I get it, or they want more information. Share the videos, whether it's the Noni, whether it's the Hemoheme, whether it's on the skincare, whichever product, share the videos. That's what I do. I just decide one day I'm going to pick a list of people and I send the videos out to. You never know who's going to bite, but if you're not sharing, people do not know what you have. So I will stop there and see if there's any questions. Nick?
Okay.
I guess you guys can raise your hands. Is it sharing the raise hand button? Or you can unmute them if you want.
Yep. So guys, if you want to, I can allow to unmute, but please do it on finger either, so that way we don't have too many people talking over each other. So please, like I say, raise your hand, and we can call on you, or you can put your question in the chat. But everyone should be able to unmute at this time. If they have any comments, anything that they want to share with us this morning.
And it doesn't have to be on what I just read, but I hope you guys are, paying attention, because I know a lot of us are new. And if you don't start off right yourself, you will not train your new people. You're going to, however you do your business, that's how you're going to train the people you bring on board. And even for me, I'm growing because I stopped because my team collapsed, except for Nick here. And I made sure I am learning every day because I want to build correctly this time. And I want to make sure I'm doing it right. So my daily method of operation is being passed on to the new people I'm bringing in because I want to duplicate myself so they can go out there. I spend time with them, put a month into them, let them loose, and they go out there, and then they can do the same with the people they're bringing on board. So I'm not the one always training. When I'm done with them, they should be able to do the same thing with the people they're bringing on board. So anyway, any questions?
Yeah. Yeah. So no, no. Yeah. There's one question. Mitchlet Dunville. Did you want to go ahead and unmute, sir? Our Shrine Rose Master.
Miss Novelet.
Yes.
Once again, great job. Listen, it's funny. You know, we have this in common. This is exactly the books that I read today. And
Look
I
at that.
online and also listen to him in my way taking my
Mm-hmm.
school. So guys, it's powerful. If you don't do it right, you know, now it's really not lack of information because the information is there. It's
Mm-hmm.
you for free. You didn't pay for the book. All you have to do is actually just do it. And one thing I can say, you know, this is very powerful, guys. If you really just simply follow the steps, okay, and put some discipline into your life, and most of the things that Neville just, you know, mentioned from the book, some of us already do those things, but you're just not consistent doing them.
That's it.
Sometimes you shift from your ways and then you went to do or try something else or just give up. You're not consistent in putting the discipline to be successful. Now, let me just say this. If you really want to do something big, and you have first to be consistent, you have to stick to it and repeatedly do it until you win. Recruiting or inviting is really one of the biggest part of a business. If you're into network marketing, guys, believe it or not, some people think it's a small business. This is actually one of the biggest business out there, and where you can you can make unlimited amount of money. You don't even have to put a number in it because you can really change your life. So do read. Yes, this is really important. The information given to you, guys, they out there. The book is there. You can buy the book. You can listen to the audio. But the most important thing you have to do, you have to take action.
There you go.
We have a great company, guys. We have Atomy is one of the companies this is the tool that you really need, guys, to apply all the things that you learn and really take your business to the next level. There's zero come here, guys. He ain't playing. He's doing it. 3 ways. Listen, I've learned those things early. That's why I'm still in Atomy, guys. Talking about we recruit thousands of people. A lot of people come and leave. They don't get the concept. But guess what? We still keep a lot of them. We still make money. We still go in a business because we understand the discipline and the consistency is the only way for us to be successful. So now, I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna be easy. You know, is everything gonna go flow? Guess what? Sometimes you might finish build a team and then you're looking for it, and something happened. The devil get between them and everybody disappear. But one thing I can tell you, if you stay focused, you know, and keep doing it repeatedly, learn your system, learn the presentation, learn how to do a good presentation, guys. Learn how to recruit, inviting, read books, stay focused, protect your mindset. Man, there's no way you're not gonna be successful. So just, man, again, take your novelette. It's like we talk, guys. We did not talk this morning, okay? I post the video in my page this morning. Everybody in Atomy Dream Team, they will see it. And when I went there, I already see it's posted. I think Florence probably get it. Leader Florence get it from if you posted this morning, I don't know, did you post something this morning? And I saw it post again. I was like, what's going
Look at
on?
that. Great mind thinks alike. You got to start the year off right with that.
Absolutely. So let's do it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's that? Someone said we should have a training school for those who really want to do Atomy. Listen,
guys,
guys,
yeah, I'm sorry,
the
Novel.
that's okay. The name of the book is Go, just like it, GOPRO by Eric, ERIC, last name WORRE. And it's 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. Also, the complete audio is on YouTube. Now, it is very long because the book has how many chapters to it? I don't even remember. And as
Yeah,
I said, it is
posted
the,
it. Yeah, I
yeah,
just
it has,
posted the audiobook in the chat. The one
oh
from
yeah, yeah,
audio.com.
yeah. Nick posted the link and right below it says GoPro at 10:25 a.m. It's 12 chapters. And when I tell you it is very detailed step by step, because that's skill number 2 from chapter 5. Skill number 1 is finding prospects. I didn't do skill number 1. I went straight to how to invite prospect. But skill number 1 is very good because it's telling you how to find prospect. And when I said Eric is very detailed, I think it's probably the only book on the market when it comes to this multi-level marketing arena that gives you step by step what to do. He's not just telling you you need to do this, this, this. He's telling you how to do it. So guys, you don't have to buy the book if you don't want to. It's free on YouTube. And a lot of people say, oh, I don't have the time. Yes, you do. You have the time while you're driving. You have the time while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're ironing, while you're doing whatever in your home. You press play and you listen. While I'm cooking, I'm listening. While I'm cleaning, while I'm listening. I walk around with my headphones. When I'm out walking, I have it on with my headphones. While I'm driving, instead of listening to music, I'm listening. So even though I have the book, when I bought it at the time, I got the book and the DVD. But guess what? I don't need to do the DVD because it's free on YouTube now. So it is there. Tomorrow I will continue for those who well we'll discuss when we'll continue it. But guys, as you heard Mr. Mitch said, he just shared it with his team this morning. So, you know, and it would be nice if you guys would get it, follow, so we can comment on this skill number 2 here, so we can actually be interactive and talk about what we learned from it. I would really like this call to be more interactive, where people are communicating. That's how you learn. And if something crosses your, yeah, go ahead.
Good morning, Miss Novelette. We're so happy to have you this morning, and we thank you for your discoveries. So what about those prospects and that we send on the webs to see the product before they haven't, you know, before they haven't heard you about Atomy?
Okay,
Before
so
they
have
haven't
you
heard
shared
you
any
talking?
video?
Yes.
You've shared videos with them?
No, we just send them to the webs and see the product.
Okay, just
with the
remember,
price.
did you follow up with them after you sent the link for your website? Have you followed up?
Yeah, we just, talk. We just send text over, but we don't talk.
Okay.
I invite them to do, what I.
Okay. Me personally, I don't do the text. I know this generation is about texting, but this network marketing business is about relationship. So even though we have become a generation of text, texting is very impersonal. And when you're building a business, you have to pick up the phone and call and actually talk to the person. Because when someone hears your voice and they can hear you, your smile, people can actually hear that through the phone. It's building a relationship. So I might, my texting would be, hey, I would like to connect with you after you watch the video. What's a good time for us to connect? But I'm not going to do the communications through a text. That's why I build a relationship with my people, because I pick up the phone and I call. So it's about relationship building, as he said here, what that I read this morning. So after you send those videos, I haven't gotten to the section here where he's going to tell you step by step how to, when you share your video, that's also something he talks about, guys. So I really do recommend that you go pull that video. Nick already posted the link. Go into the chat, click on the link so it opens up into your YouTube before we close out this call. There's a section where he tells you step by step how to share your products. If I give you this, would you? We're not supposed to just give things out to people and not get a commitment on them saying, yes, if you give it to me, I will watch it. Then when they say yes, they'll watch it. Then he goes to, okay, when will you watch it? If they tell you, I'm going to watch it in the next hour, I'm going to watch it this evening, then you go and say, okay, since you say you're going to watch it at 5, then I will call you back at 6 so we can discuss it or whatever. He's very detailed, and it really does make you into a network marketing professional because they see you as a business person. He covers a lot in this book. Mm-hmm. So when you share the video, follow up with the individuals and connect with them. And then you want to give them a sample of a product. Like the toothpaste is really great. I buy a lot of the small toothpaste with the toothbrush. If I buy 1 pack of toothbrush, then I buy 2 of the small toothpaste. So I have toothbrush and toothpaste to give. Or sometimes I'll just buy the travel kit and just give that away. Because once someone tries a toothpaste, they're sold. And then you can invite them out to the event. But this skill number 2 is a good one for everyone to listen to that would like to invite individuals to this event coming up.
It is. You think about the videos, but I was thinking about when you invite people to go to the website and see the product that we have, that Atomy product, that Atomy, put there available for them. So what should
okay,
be?
let me see what time it is. Okay, we still have time. This is how I do it. I never just send my website information and just leave it up to the individual. Mm-hmm. Before I send my website, I schedule with them a time that I can sit down with them either via Zoom or over the phone, because sometimes, not everyone uses Zoom, and walk them through the website myself. Because most of the times when you just send your link, people are not going to go on there. So I speak with them and say, hey, what is a good time for me? How's your schedule? Which day can I call you and walk you through the website, or schedule a Zoom to walk you through the website? And it doesn't necessarily, for those of us who are not familiar with Zoom, it does not have to be a Zoom. You can do it on your phone. You log into your website, you have them log into the website, and you walk them through, okay, this is Hemoheme, it's a standalone product. You got to know your product so you can talk to them about Hemoheme, or you might have already sent them the Hemoheme video. If you don't know, you can send them that Hemoheme video that we've posted several times, so they already learn about Hemoheme. Then you go to the healthcare, and I go through just the same order that the website is set up. I go through healthcare, then I go to the next one, I go to the next one, and I have them click on every product. I have them scroll down, look at the different what's comprised in it. I have them scroll down, look at the fruits, the different fruits and veggie or whatever that's in them. Then I have them go to the next one, and so forth. But that's how I do it.
Yeah, very practical. There is another question that I would like to ask, is about the vitamin C. That's very important for today. Nowadays, when you tell people about the vitamin Atomy vitamin C, they say, what is the difference? Because I just bought it from another company or
Okay.
on the marketplace.
No, and that's the thing. We need to know what's in it. The difference also with our vitamin C is there's a video. Maybe we can play that tomorrow, Nick. There's a video on there that shows the difference. Our vitamin C1, it helps to slightly alkalize the body. It's going to build your immune system, because I have a lot of parents that buy it for their kids to keep that immune system up. And these kids do not get sick in school. They're not getting that recurring whatever is going on.
It's true.
Yeah. And there's a video that they show the difference between emergency and this. So there's a good video out there. But this video is loaded with the antioxidant, everything that the body needs. I had someone purchase it because they took it and they started bringing up so much mucus. She couldn't believe it because she was bragging to me. Her son is a doctor, and her son got her this expensive vitamin C from some world-renowned doctor that the doctor makes and is marketing. And I said to her, that's okay. I said, I'm just going to give you these 4 samples, and I'm going to ask you just to try these 4 samples, and then let me know what you think. She called me the next day. She said, I took 2, and that was just the 500 milligram. At the time, we didn't have the 200. And she said, I was bringing up mucus all night. And she's like, I can't understand, because this is from this world-renowned doctor and it's supposed to be so good. I said, yeah, a lot of times there's a lot of hype in the products, but does not mean it worked. She ordered the vitamin C immediately because she couldn't believe she had so much mucus in her. So the vitamin C is also one that I'll give a sample as well. But you gotta, as they said, let people experience your product. But the toothpaste I always have on me, toothpaste and toothbrush. So walk individuals through the website, because remember, it's your business. If you just send it out to someone and say, hey, look at it, they're not going to look at it. Once in a while, you get the few people that will actually go look at it, but most people won't. But if you schedule a time with them and you say, hey, let's do this at such and such a time, you're doing it together with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
The good thing about the vitamin C too is that it helps. It really does. It really does. I've been taking it nonstop, and like Novlet said, the kids love the vitamin C. If you don't hide that box, if you have it on a shelf that
Oh
they
my
can read,
gosh.
oh my God, that box is gone within an hour. Cause
Yep.
they think they love the sour taste.
They think it's candy.
Yes, candy.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you very much, Novelet. Thank you very much for asking your question. Before we go,
Nick,
just let
I'm
Miss Joy
here.
say her 2 cents and
Hold
we're
on.
out of here.
Miss Joy. Go ahead.
Hello. Good
Go
morning.
ahead.
Good morning. Oh my gosh, Miss Novlet and Nick, thank you. What a great presentation. Oh my gosh. But I have a suggestion. Just think about it. You were talking about the Go Pro book.
Yeah.
What about if you take a day, 2 days or 3 days and choose a chapter and come on there and work it with us?
Yeah.
Think about it, and because you know sometimes we don't have the time to really sit down and do so. If you can do that, I mean, it will help us greatly. Okay, well, today is Wednesday. We're gonna do so. We're gonna do GoPro this chapter today, and so people will come on, and they can get better. It might be a better understanding when you or Nick or somebody, kind of put it out there
Well,
instead of them listening. So
that's
that's
the
my
plan, but I can't do a whole chapter because the chapters
right.
are long.
So yes, okay.
Yeah, so I do a couple of pages from a chapter. That's what I plan to do.
Okay,
So, but
great.
I would also like for people to also get the video and listen, because
Yeah,
when you have already listened, it's repetition. You
right.
listen and you listen, and that's how you learn. Because I've had my book since oh my gosh, from way back when it just came out, however long ago it was. And I still go through it all the time. That's why I decided. And then because we were doing it on my water call this morning, that's what we're doing for the beginning of the year.
Okay.
But last year, before the year ended, I was listening to it again last year. So
Yeah.
I'm always listening because something always jumps out at you and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot that. And as Miss Carol said, it's in the follow-up. You got to follow up
Gotta follow up.
because we lose a lot of business by not following up as well.
That's true. I had got
Mhm.
somebody had gifted me a GoPro book, but I don't know what I did with it. Well, anyway.
But guess
But
what?
thank you again.
Hey, click on Nick post the link.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
go in, it's 10:25 a.m. He posted, and right below it, it says GoPro. Once you click on that, it will open up on your YouTube.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll
all right.
decide which day next week I will continue.
Yes. Yes.
And
Thank you all.
I skipped skill number 1, but I'm gonna finish skill number 2. The reason I went to 2 is because we have the event coming up, and I said, let me focus on how to invite, but then I'll go back to number 1, which is finding prospect.
Okay, great. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna continue the GoPro. So guys,
Yes.
invite
Hello.
all
Yeah, Miss
at 10.
Novelet. Miss
Yes.
Novelet. We have a lot to learn with you. We have a lot to learn with you. Please try your best to help us out because we want to do Atomy. Okay.
Well, I don't mind. I just like feedback to see how you guys open up now, because some mornings when we do the Zoom and we're asking and all you hear is crickets, it's kind of disheartening. Like, why continue? You guys have to communicate, because I know there's some questions out there. There's never a dumb question, because whatever you're thinking might be a dumb question, somebody else have that question.
Yep.
Just communicate, feedback. It
Yeah.
makes us feel that we're not just wasting our time.
Lovelet, you're on fire. It's like you took 2 boxes of him.
Yeah, hello,
Okay.
good morning. I'm Christina.
Good morning.
I sent a question on the chat earlier on. So a friend of mine, she's anemic. So I was asking, what can she take?
Hemo for the
Yeah.
hemoglobin.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, just the heme alone.
And they
Well,
are.
heme, and you need vitamin C as well, because
Yep.
you need that vitamin C to help to absorb that iron.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
I would
Miss
say the
Carol
best
said
thing.
vitamin C
Yes.
2000 is the best for adults.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Thank you so much.
all of us should really be on taking that 2000 milligram vitamin C. Every single one of us.
And Miss Novelet, sorry to butt in. Economically, it's the best. It's
Yes.
cheaper, much cheaper, much cheaper.
Because you're only taking 1.
Yeah.
Because I used to take 2 or 3 of the 500 milligram, because I was never going to go with that small dosage for myself. I never believed that that's our daily, what we need.
Yeah.
Whatever they
64.
tell you, just think about this. Whatever they tell you in America is the daily allowance, double or triple it up, because they lower it in the US. Other countries take way more than what we take here. And that's why we're so sick here. So I never ever just go with that. So when they came out with the 2000, I was like, this is the best thing. But for the kids, give them the 500. Let me tell you, those kids will stay healthy. Right now, our youth pastor at the church, the whole family is sick again. They have 5 kids. All the kids are sick. Husband and wife is sick. And I said, you know what? I'm going to give them the adult vitamin C and then the one for the kids, because they are always sick. And I said, they need to experience my product. But I'm also going to sit down with them and do a full presentation this month. But I'm going to give them the 2000 and then the 500 for the kids. And when I tell you guys, the kids love it. My niece used to take it like, she's like, but it's so good. And I would say, it is not candy. My sister had to hide it from her. She's a lot older now, but my sister had to hide it from her. The kids absolutely love the taste. I love the taste too.
Love the taste too. Yeah, it
You
tastes
know?
like candy. It just melts in your mouth.
Yes. So guys, you know, especially now, I don't know what is going on. There's something going around out there. And as Miss Carol said, you got to winterize yourself. Give it to everybody with young kids in school, especially those kids in daycare. Oh my gosh. If
Yep.
they just gift them, just say, here, try this with the kids.
Yep.
Once those kids stay healthy, they'll come back for more.
Hey, Novelette, I don't mean to interrupt, but it's over the time, and I really
Yes.
got to run. But guys,
Mhm.
if you get a
See you
chance and you're
tomorrow.
on Facebook, yeah, if you guys are on Facebook, please join the Momentum Morning, Atomy Momentum Morning Facebook page. Please go on and follow it. I will post this particular video on that Facebook group, so that way it's easier for you guys to access because
And post the
content.
GoPro too.
Yeah,
Post the GoPro too as well.
yeah, I'll also do that as well on the Facebook page. So guys, go on to Facebook if you have Facebook, and please do follow us on that page, because we need
Do
to
you
build
make
it
it,
up, build it
is
up.
it private? Is it
No, it's
private,
open.
Nick?
No, it's open.
I don't think you should make it open.
Yeah, because it's
Because
open.
if we're posting the recordings where we're talking about all these different things, we got to protect the company.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you know we have testimonies and all that,
Yeah. Let me stop.
so we should make